They laughed at the ones who were born different, but God calls them his own. You judge by the outside. God sees the soul.
I remember when they mocked the weak, laughed at the slow. Kids with Down syndrome like they ain't got a soul. Call them names, twisted voices like it's all a joke. But they ain't asked for this, man, your hearts is broke. You don't know the pain, the struggle they faced. Born into battles, wrapped in God's grace. Parents on drugs, some abandoned and torn, yet still God breathed, they were divinely born. So how you gon' hate what the Creator shaped? 3 kids of my own, each one a fight. One with brain damage, still shining bright. Another can't process like the world expects, but he sees life in ways y'all don't detect. And my youngest born with delay in his mind, but I see the miracle every single time. They may not walk or speak like you, but don't you dare say they're less than true. Whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me. So mocking them, maybe mocking the king. Would you laugh if that was your child? If your son was in that wheelchair, would you still smile? If your daughter couldn't speak, couldn't see or hear, would you still mock or finally shed a tear? These are God's prophets in a silent form. Angels among us, battle worn. No arms, no legs, still purpose inside. Made in his image, no need to hide. You ain't being Christ-like, walking with pride. Judging the broken when he died for all sides. So before you point fingers, take that log apart. Be careful who you mock, they might be closer to him than you'll ever be.
They laughed at the ones who were born different, but God calls them his own. You judge by the outside. God sees the soul. Well, you laughed at the ones who were child. If your son was in that wheelchair, would you still smile? If your daughter couldn't speak, would you still mock or finally shed a tear? And one day, God gon' judge all of us. Be careful who you mock, they might be closer to him than you'll ever be. Whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me. So mocking them, and you mocking the king. Would you laugh if that was your child? If your son was in that wheelchair, would you still smile? If your daughter couldn't speak, couldn't see or hear, would you still mock? Or finally shed a tear? If you still mock or finally shed a tear? Would you still mock or finally shed a tear? Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So before you point fingers, take that log apart.